It's not going to be a very ordinary one, ladies and gentlemen. It's a special show for Page 3 here at Newsline with me, Sakshi Litoriya. And I'm not going to introduce my guest for the show today in that ordinary manner. Like I said, she's the OG. She's the trendsetter, everybody's favorite, the bundle of energy, the smile that can kill thousands. Our very own Kajol. You're an asset, Kajol. You have spent 34 years in this industry and now Ma is coming. So let me begin by asking you, what's the significance and meaning of Ma in your life?
Significance is huge. I've always been a believer in Ma. I've always felt her hand on my head, her hand on my back, supporting me, holding me. And I've always believed that my mother and her are the same. I don't think she would hold it against me if I said that. Ma for me has a lot of layers, actually, the title of the film. The title of the film initially was a working title, which we thought we might rename later. But then we realized towards the end that there was no better title that could, because it has so many layers to it. We're talking about the mother, we're talking about our actual physical mother, we're talking about ourselves, we're talking about the layers, we're talking about the divine feminine, we're talking about, the maternal instinct to protect, save, and so it was all of that put together. So, and yeah, mother is the same word that is uttered in every language across the world. So it's the same emotion as well.
That's really beautiful. And you are a mother of two beautiful kids, Kajol, yourself. How did you channelize those motherly instincts or the emotion that you share with your kids, on the kids there on set as Ambika?
Well, I had to, the girl who's playing my daughter in the film is Khaireen, her name is, Khaireen Sharma. And she's lovely. She's lovely, but she's like a typical teenager. She's such a typical teenager. Fortunately, I had some experience in raising the teenagers in my house. So yeah, it was a little challenging really to get her to talk, etc. because she's a little quiet.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we got along really well, and she's lovely. She's absolutely lovely to work with, and I think as a veteran on the set, I would like to say. I make it sound bad, but it's actually quite a good thing. It falls to me to make sure that we're all on the same page, really, and that there is a certain vibe on the set, that a camaraderie, a communication, and yeah, I've tried to do that with everybody in the film, really.
And the theme is mythological horror, right,
Yeah.
Kajol? And it's quite serious in nature as well. It comes with a very strong message. But let me also give you a trivia about myself. I share a quality with you, which is when I start laughing or giggling, I can't stop myself. So despite of the theme being extremely serious, so you also having fair share of challenges at the sets, were there any instances at the set where you could not just stop laughing and had to take a pause and then come back to the mood?
There were. There really were, and I have to tell you, the scene was quite intense because I think we were shooting the car scene where we were action with there's a car chase. I think part of it is there in the trailer as well. And there was one shot, there was a close-up of her. She has to come to me, and I don't know, she said something to me. And I have started laughing, and I could not stop giggling. And then every time she had to say that dialogue to me, I was like, oh my God, you have to change this dialogue. I can't stop laughing with her. It took me like a good 8-10 minutes to control myself. And poor Vishal, he's, ma'am. उन्होंने भी मैम इतनी बार बोला है. Okay, I'm trying, I'm really trying, but you've got to understand, it's like a thing, yeah. You can't stop once you start, right?
And I know doitos are no catchy in nature, but the word doito is quite catchy. I heard it in trailer, and I kept repeating to everybody in my office that if you won't listen to me, there'll be a doito running behind you. But doito in Kajol's life, if I could ask about a phase or any challenge that you might have come across in 34 years of your trajectory and your history.
I think the biggest doito that I don't know whether everybody else has faced it or not, but is myself in my life. Sometimes it is yourself that you're fighting the most, and most of the times it is yourself and your own thoughts that you're fighting off, and you know, working without. So yeah, I would say that the doito in my life is myself and my own mind, really.
That's really beautiful. And I saw something really interesting, a trend that we also spotted doing, being done by the cricketers. Once they used to wear and adorn the jerseys with their mother's name written on it. Now I'm looking at, the credits where producers, directors, everybody have written their mother's name as their middle name, which is quite beautiful. Do you think that since you are a trendsetter yourself, is that going to change the trend in the Bollywood industry as well, or the entertainment industry for that matter?
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I cannot take the onus of that, of who chooses to do what after this particular thing. But I really hope more people do, because I don't know whether we give that much credit to the person who has given us so much life, blood, stem cells, and created us literally out of her own flesh and blood. It's an act of creation. And she deserves much more than being faceless and nameless.
And having stories around our mothers and how heroic they have been in our life and why should we be celebrating. We have had such stories in the past. Do you think over the years we have come too far from that point where we'll have to tell people that, please celebrate your mother as equally as you do your father?
That's a story that I think is evolving with time. That is evolving. And whether we tell people that they should celebrate their mothers, I think the good thing is that we've reached that point where the mothers are celebrating themselves.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So yeah, we are reaching that point where the mothers are like, okay baby, it's enough now. I'm taking this day off, I'm taking time off, I'm going for a holiday with my friends. Yeah, apna khana sambhal lena.
That's really nice. That's really very interesting. Also, let me circle back to, significance of Ma in your life, but let me also ask the spiritual reality and presence of it in your life. We see the beautiful videos and pictures every year during the puja celebrations, you adorning those beautiful saris, celebrating, immersing yourself in the, spiritual realm. But I also spotted the Pratima of Ma Kali in the trailer. How did you channelize the energy emanating from that Pratima?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was really, really amazing. I think for the first 3-4 days, the statue was covered. They put a huge big cloth over it. And for the first 3-4 days that we shot on set, I didn't see her. And it was just, it's how you anticipation. So every day we would pass by, cross by, look at her. Has the cloth been taken off? No. It's not been taken off as yet, not as yet, not as yet. And then eventually on the 5th day, we had to take the cloth off for one of the scenes where, she had to be there, she had to be shown. And, I was completely and totally awestruck. She's so beautiful. She really is like stunning. And I was grateful down to my very toes that I was standing in front of her, I was working in front of her, everything was like, I was doing everything that I do in my life in front of her. So I cannot think that it was anything other than her blessing on me for that very reason.
At any point of given time during the sets, did you feel that energy coming in from the Pratima directly to you?
Absolutely. No two ways about it. And especially during the song when we were shooting, I think it's just such a rebellious song. It's such a wonderfully rousing song. So I think everybody who heard it, everybody who felt it, it was like hypnotic for us to watch it, to work there.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, all of it. It's amazing. You literally singing, you're watching her, and you're doing your own thing at the. There was this amazing synergistic energy that was like kind of swirling around the sets. You can see it in the song. I mean, you can see it. I don't need to, describe it. You can see it in the song. I've got goosebumps.
While you were explaining it, I got goosebumps. If I could ask you about the better half, what kind of a producer has he been to you?
He's been wonderful, actually. He's really, really been wonderful. And been a very, very hands-on producer, from the VFX to the, to the action, to even the music for that matter. So he's been, and the promotions, of course. But he's not here.
Yeah. But in the world of, the trends where we are looking at, universes coming, we are looking at spy universe, say, the horror universe as well. When Shaitan and Ma comes together, when they cross the path, how is the story going to be taken forward? How will the two energies collide?
I have no idea. When this film does well, let's say it together. Let's say it together.
Okay, this film is absolutely going to do wonders at the box office.
When the film does well.
When the film does well.
Huh. So, since we're manifesting it, when the film does well. When the film does well, then we will talk about it and we will come back here and we will discuss it.
Absolutely. And also, we seldom have heard from our grandparents and parents when we used to act up as children that, if you won't eat, then there's going to be a shaitan who is sitting right under your bed. Did you ever hear any such tales from your grandparents or parents?
I troubled my parents a lot for food. मैंने अपनी माँ को बहुत तंग किया खाने के मामले में और फिर मुझे बेटी मिली और फिर मुझे समझ में आया कि मैंने उनको कितना तंग किया था. But no, I was not scared enough like that. I was just 2 थप्पड़ मार के खिला दिया मैंने. खिला दिया उन्होंने मुझे और so I was very fussy eater. And no, I wasn't scared though. My mother didn't scare me. My mother scared me in other ways.
Did you try any of those tactics on your kids?
कोशिश तो की थी बच्चों के साथ.
Okay. Also, if I could ask you, how exactly are we going to look at the trends in the Bollywood industry since you have been associated with it for 34 long years? You have seen different kind of faces and we call you an unconventional actor, Kajol. You have made us cry, you have made us laugh, you have made us scared sometimes as well, but not in the mythological horror way. What's next on your radar and how do you see the changing trends in the Bollywood industry as well?
The industry is very unpredictable. I think the one thing about it that you can say is that it has always been unpredictable.
Absolutely.
There is no formula for success, regardless of whether we believe that we have the right mixture of songs, action, and stars in it or not. And that's always been a question mark. You've never been able to predict a Friday. There is no person who has been able to predict a Friday. We've tried and we've come a little close, but it's been elusive. And that is just the way the business is. You cannot predict taste. You cannot predict what people as a group will like or dislike. And as far as the trend is concerned, yes, I think the trend will be what we see society as, because society is also tending to look towards darker things,
Absolutely.
towards enjoying the darker side of the murder mysteries, the crime thrillers, all of that, So I think personally that, we are going to be seeing a lot more of that kind of film.
In the entertainment industry, is there any specific trend that you despise, that you wish should have never happened here? Like this is messing up with how we should be functioning or how audience should be perceiving the actors?
No, because I think that every part of it is a reflection of society. If a film has done well that you have not particularly thought the best of, it's because a certain section of society has enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that there are certain themes that I may think don't work for me personally, but they have worked. And so you can't deny that society is made up of a various variety of thoughts and processes, as it should be. There should not be only one thought process, otherwise we'd be a hive mind. So.
Also, I really want to have your opinion on getting a film done and then also having it released on the big screens. That's the second biggest challenge. And then making it work with the audience is the third step. What are your thoughts about the risk that the producers and the directors have recently started speaking up about, that, making a project and bringing it to the big screens?
It's always been there. It's always been there. The risk has always been there. It's not that it hasn't been there. And that's something that, earlier used to be even tougher. Because I think in the film industry earlier, it was there were single people making movies, and the amount to make a film required was a really, really huge amount. So yes, it's always been there. Producers and directors have probably not spoken up more at that time. Again, they didn't have social media to speak up on, or they
Absolutely.
didn't have a platform to talk about, to talk from. So I think it's at least now they can stand up and defend themselves and say that, listen, whatever you look at it, it's a business, and we're running it like a business.
Absolutely. And last but not the least, now I'm completely not required in the frame. Actually, I was not required from the very beginning since you are there. I would request you to please request the viewers to head towards the theatre, do support the film out there on 27, and just close it in Kajol's way.
इतना कहूंगी कि माँ की कसम है, पिक्चर जरूर देखना.
वरना द्वैत तो आ जाएगा.
हाँ बिल्कुल, वरना द्वैत तो घर पे पहुंच जाएगा.